Today we're going to be learning more about line plots. Yesterday we took a look at how to read and interpret a line plot. Today we're going to actually be creating one. So yesterday we learned how to read and analyze a line plot. We learned that line plots demonstrate how to organize data in a way that is useful, help us to understand how to read and use the information in order to analyze the data and make observations. So we're going to take a look at this example. We're going to create a line plot when provided with the data that was collected or gathered. So this is about balloon popping, and you're going to be listening to a video on the next slide to help us out with this, but just a couple of things to keep in mind as we're creating the line plot. First, we want to look at the number of balloons popped and the greatest number of balloons popped. This is called a range. The range of numbers will be the number represented on the line plot. So in this case, the least number is 20 and the greatest number is 26. So the range on our line plot is going to be between 20 and 26. So now we're going to listen to a short video to show us how exactly we're going to do this. So yesterday we learned how to read and interpret a line plot. Today we're going to be focusing on how to create a line plot given the data. So let's read our scenario. 20 children participated in a game of balloon pop at a birthday party. The number of balloons popped by each child is recorded and tabulated below. Read the data carefully, label the axis, and provide an appropriate title. Also, make a line plot to represent the data. Okay, so here we have just a list of all the different number of balloons that were popped. So, to me, a title would be Balloons Popped. So what this is actually showing you, we're going to be thinking about the number of times the balloon was popped, a certain amount. So the first step that we want to do, we want to think about the range of our numbers. So what is the least number of balloons popped and the most? So it looks like when I'm looking at this chart that 20 is the least and 26 would be the greatest. So I'm going to draw my line plot. Again, I'm going to draw a line that looks like a number line. And I want to make a tick mark for each number. So we have a 20. We have a 21. We want to do the whole range. A 22. A 23. A 24. A 25, and a 26. So that is the number, that is the range I'm going to be using, okay? And then I want to label my axis. So I'm going to label my axis by calling it number of balloons popped. Now, I want to see how many times the balloon was popped 20 times. So we have 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to put 3 X's above my 20. Now I'm going to see how many times was a 21. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I'm going to make 5 X's. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If you notice, as I'm figuring out how many X's for each time, I'm checking it off to make sure I've accounted for everything. So 22, how many times do I see 22? So that's 1, 2, just 2. Okay. 23. I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then 24, I have, let's see, 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. 25 is just 1. And 26, we have 1, 2, and 2. Okay, and that is how you make a line plot. Again, to review, we have a title, we have our range, and then how many times each number occurred. Nice job, everyone. Okay, so now it's your turn. So what I need you to do is stop the video for a second, and I want you to grab either your notebook or a piece of paper. You're going to be trying this line plot on your own, and then on the next slide, I will reveal how you can do it. So I want you to take your time and stop your video to work on this. So I'll read the question to you. 30 people competed in a hot dog eating contest. The data shows the number of hot dogs eaten by each contestant. Make a line plot to represent the data. So just like we did in the other example, you're going to, 1, figure out the range by starting with the least and the greatest number. So you want to think about the least number that's here and the greatest and develop your range. You're going to draw a number line and list the numbers in the range straight across. You want to title the axis. You're going to draw X's to indicate the number of times each number is repeated. And don't forget the title. If you need to go back and listen to the video one more time, you can totally do that. But I want you to take the time before you move to the next slide and try to create this line plot on your own. When you're ready, you can go to the next slide. Okay, so here is the example. So this should be matching what you've already created. If you notice, we have a title of hot dog eating contest. You have your range across the bottom. The range is from numbers 40 through 47, and then you have the X's to represent that. So please check this against what you've done in your notebook or on your paper. So for your independent work for today, you're going to check the answer key from yesterday's assignment. You're going to complete the assignment in your notebook or paper for today's assignment. There are 2 line plots you want to complete. When you are done, you're going to go to iExcel, and under Data and Graphs, you're going to complete J6 and J7. Nice work, everyone. Have a great day.